Hi, welcome to Cal's Corner. I'm Cal, a gunner who likes talking about football and Arsenal. And today I just wanted to talk about the whole Rodrygo situation, what's going down, and whether I believe it's too expensive or not. A couple days ago, we got hit with the news that Arsenal got in contact with Rodrygo, or maybe it was Rodrygo got in contact with us. There was some journalists saying that he contacted us and we began discussing something with him. As you can read here by this article by Tom Gott, 24th of May, says Arsenal have been rocked by Rodrygo's salary demands in negotiations over summer transfer for the Real Madrid forward. As a report has claimed, Rodrygo is thought to be unsettled at the Santiago Bernabeu amid claims that he feels unfairly treated compared to other superstar teammates. Kylian Mbappe, Vinicius Jr., Jude Bellingham with Madrid said to have been open to cashing in for the right price. Blah, 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 blah. And the price they were saying is states that Arsenal recently has held a fresh round of negotiations with Rodrygo, but balked. Well, I'm not sure how right, but balked at the Brazilian's wage demands around 10 million pounds. Is that euros? 10 million euros, and I think that's 8.4 million to 11.4 million pounds net. So that's after tax. Okay, I think it's good that we actually made contact and we started negotiating with him, trying to get something done. I'm not sure about booked, but I do think that his wage demands is something to think about, that the club's thinking about, and his salary. I think I did the calculations. This is like about $320,000, like $320,000 per week. I think, or $320,000 per week. Um, I think that's fine. I think for a player like Rodrygo, you have to spend above and beyond. You can't just expect to be playing Rodrygo less than 300k. That's ridiculous. He's going to cost over 300k a week. He's one of the best. He's one of the best players in the world. If you watch Real Madrid, you see him play, you know that he is clutch at times as well. His output, his GNA is also really good. He can beat a man. And he does that on the right hand side, and he's exactly what we need at the left. I've already spoken about Rodrygo, how much I like him. I think he's the exact profile that we need. While I don't think he's as fast as Martinelli, I think he's extremely technical, and I think it's exactly what we need to actually pose a threat on that left-hand side. And for a player like that, you need to spend the big bucks, right? Today we got news that Rodrygo does not have any offers right now. The interest from Arsenal is real, but a potential move is a long way off. Okay, here's what I'm thinking in the situation here. I believe that we are interested in Rodrygo, but the club wants to do business before they actually sign him. So earlier in the season, I think after January, we were getting reports that Arsenal is only going to buy a left winger once we get rid of one. I was hoping that that's not true, but after hearing something like this, I think it's actually true. I believe that if we sign Rodrygo, we're gonna have to sell either Martinelli or Trossard first, and the club isn't going to spend the money now. I think they're going to spend on the striker. They've already spent on Zubamendi, and we all know that the left winger is probably the second biggest piece of business that we have. And we're not going to sign a left winger until we get rid of one. At least not one the price of Rodrygo. For me personally, this is extremely disappointing, and this is probably what I feared. I think if we don't pounce on Rodrygo now, and we don't actually put up the money now, we're not going to get him. And I have a feeling that we're just not going to get him at this point. And it's not because we can't get him, but because I don't think the club's interested in just doing all the business first. They're not willing to spend the money first. They want to balance the books and penny pinch, essentially. For me personally, it's a bit disappointing because a player like this just is never available. You don't get players like Rodrygo on the market. We really need him. Like, we really need a player like this right now. And I know we're linked to other players. I think we're linked to Mitoma, we're linked to Rafael Leao. I think I'm gonna make videos on those probably in the future. But I think of all the wingers that we can possibly be getting, Rodrygo is the by far and away the #1 option because of his pedigree. He's played for Real Madrid, so he's played under pressure before. He knows what it's like to win. He's at the right age. I believe he's either 24, 25 years old, entering his prime. He's the stardust that we were promised once we got into Champions League, and I think we should be going above and beyond to get him. I honestly think that a 300k a week, or 320 or 350k a week salary for Rodrygo is exactly the type of move that we should be making. I'm hopeful. I hope that we can get it done. Is he seems to be expensive for the club, but I don't think he should be, especially because we didn't sign anyone in the January transfer window. Our summer transfer window, we made like 15 million net profit, and the previous January window before that, we didn't spend any money. 2 January windows on the bounce without spending a dime. A summer window while we're making profit. I think we have the money. We definitely have the money. This isn't an FFP issue. This is definitely a Cronky sustainable model issue. This is really bad. I've had my complaints about the manager, but they need to put up and show up and actually get us across the line. Liverpool's spending the big bucks. Man City's gonna spend the big bucks. We need to spend the big bucks. We can't let something like this slip away. Is Rodrygo too expensive? No, he is not too expensive. I think signing Rodrygo for a potential 85 million pounds, 85 to 100 million pounds, plus 300 to 350k a week is exactly the right price. Is exactly what we need, and I think he should be our marquee signing. I really hope we get it done, and I hope Berta can somehow. I hope Berta knows what he's doing, and he can get this across the line. Anyway, that's it for me. See you next time.